Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here, welcome back to another Nikke Goddess of Victory video. Alright, if you guys are not aware, they finally released Leona's skills on the official Twitter page. Alright, we're gonna have a look and basically give you guys a thought, an idea of what she does in the game. Also, alongside with that, there's plenty of other things. Just a quick reminder, if you guys haven't done this yet, there's this call connected Scarlet event that you have to scan the QR code specifically. Let me show you guys. So this one, alright, and then you will be able to apparently obtain the gift. I've yet to done mine, but apparently you will be getting 300 gems. I think they mentioned right here, share to get 300 gems. So make sure you guys do that. I'll link it in the description below so you guys are able to participate in this event that will give you some free gems. With that being said, let's jump into the video. Now first things first, let's observe Leona. What is she all about? She's going to be a very interesting concept. She's a shotgun user, burst 2, and she's from a Tetra lineup. As you can see, I have no idea why every time she reloads, she puts her hand back in under the shirt for whatever reason. Very interesting. But you can see, being a shotgun, that means in this case, she does help buff the other shotgun users. Alright, so all in all, she's going to be much more of a supporter role rather than a damage dealer, being in burst 2, right? So that's a very interesting skill card in right there, if you guys are going for limit break 3. Now I do get asked a lot regarding pulling for characters getting to 160 gate. If you're new, Leona might be a good option. Now even if she's not meta, she's going to belong in a Tetra lineup, and therefore it's going to be much easier to obtain multiple copies of her compared to someone like Modernia or Scarlet. Alright, Pilgrims, you only have 1% chance to obtain them, whereas for something like Tetra, Elation, and Missilis, you have 2% chance to obtain them. So if you're looking to limit break 3 or getting past the 160 gate, Leona might be a good option. Your priority pre-160 gate is still to get past that gate. Alright, so that's going to be your priority as a whole for new player. So just want to put that out there. Now let's talk about her skills. What is she all about? What is she capable of? Because apparently she introduces a new mechanic, a totally new stuff altogether. Now first things first, like I mentioned, she's going to be a water type, shotgun supporter, and also burst 2 from Tetra. So that means where she shines probably is going to perhaps be in Tetra Tower. Personally, that's where I think Tetra do lack a little bit of burst 2, right? So let's talk about what she's capable of in terms of her own skills. Skill 1, she has Thunderous Roar. This one you can see right here. She will be able to activate 5 normal attacks, affects all allies. Critical rate increase, stacks up to 5 times and lasts for 5 seconds. So not bad, increased critical rate every time she's able to stack this particular thing. Also, one more thing is activates after 15 normal attacks, and this one only affects allies with shotgun. It increased their maximum effective range by 20% for 10 seconds. I thought this is pretty cool. Alright, if you are able to get this maximum effective range, there's a chance that a lot of shotgun characters might be super viable again. So we're gonna jump into some theory crafting later on. And then you can see right here for skill 2. Alright, Courageous Look. So this is also another passive skill that activates when you enter full burst, by the way. And this is going to affect everyone. Everybody's hit rate increased by 20.28%. Very good. Hit rate not only benefits shotgun users, by the way, it also benefits assault rifle, machine gun, SMG, etc, right? Except for sniper rifle and rocket launcher, those two don't really need hit rate. But most characters, they benefit from hit rate. Affects 2 ally units with the highest attack and a shotgun. So this is going to introduce a new mechanic, totally increases number of pellets by 5 for 10 seconds. We're going to jump into that shortly because they announced what pellets does. That means you are going to need some sort of damage dealer in the team that uses shotgun as well to be able to benefit from this. Alright, if you put like something like Modernia, if you put something like Scarlet, they won't benefit from this. Alright, it needs to be a shotgun user. So this gives me hope for somebody like, for example, Isabel, which probably have almost 0 usage right now. Alright, she's pretty much getting demolished by all the other pilgrims. There might be hope for her to be on par with the other pilgrims, but we'll see. Alright, that's just going to be something that we'll have to test out. As for the burst skill, alright, this is going to be a cooldown time of 20 seconds. Very good. Again, I'm glad that she's 20, not 40. Lion's Heart. So this is going to affect everyone. Increased crit damage 34.64%. Very good. Straight up just crit damage boost and also critical rate when the caster's roar is fully stacked. Affects all allies with a shotgun. The critical rate only affects allies with a shotgun. The critical damage affects everyone. So that's going to be something to consider if you are building a shotgun team there's a chance that she could be really viable. There's a number of strong shotgun users right now in the roster, right? So let's jump into the game and have a look at some of them. So if we sort by shotgun users, so these are going to be the characters that, you know, makes a lot of sense. Swimsuit Anise, alright, or Anise Sparkling Summer is probably the strongest shotgun character right now in the game. Alright, she is a supporter, but she's like an insane damage dealer, alright? So by far, she competes with a lot of other characters, a lot of other pilgrims even, in the top tier for dealing damage. However, she's probably going to need a very niche specific team. I can see this team benefiting her. I can see Leona benefiting her. But I feel like she already pretty much have her own set team with Dorothy and also Privati, right? To help her with the last bullet mechanic. This one, firing the last bullet from skill 2. So that's going to be something separate altogether. And then we have something like Noah. So Noah is probably going to belong in her own team because she and Blanc is going to be like the pair that is super flexible and can fit into any team. So you're not going to pair them together, plus Leona is burst 2, alright? No way you're taking out Blanc to put Leona in there. Come on. Drake, however, alright, this could be an interesting option. Drake is also one of the strongest buffer in the game. I do think that she has a lot of potential. If you build her right, she might have, you know, the damage capabilities right there, alongside with Sugar. And these two does belong in the Tetra faction, right? Pepper, I do like the idea of pairing Pepper, Drake, Sugar, and then putting Leona in there. That could probably be the best option, because by putting Leona, you're basically taking away a healer in slot 2, right? Ideally, if you guys have been playing solo raids, you ideally want to have some sort of healer going on either in burst 2 or in burst 1. So for Leona, since she doesn't heal, she only provides damage buffs. You're most probably going to need a burst 1 healer, and Pepper is going to make a lot of sense. I've seen people theory crafting about putting Toph and Leona together. If you do that, you're going to rely on a burst 3 healer, aka Helm. I'm not sure how viable that is. So that's going to be something to consider. Pepper is going to be a very good pair with her in my opinion. Tia and Naga probably in the separate team as well. Viper, you know, you can't really put them both in the same team because they are both burst 2. Same applies for Guilty, same applies for Marciana, same applies for Polly. Maiden could be an option, and Isabel. So that is pretty much it. You can see a lot of shotgun users like Polly, Marciana, Guilty, Viper. These are all burst 2 characters as well. You're probably not going to put them together. So that's going to be one thing to take note of Leona. There's not many burst 3 shotgun users outside of Drake, Annie Sparkling Summer, Sugar, and maybe Maiden and Isabel. So these are the characters. If you have these, maybe there's a chance that those could get boosted a little bit and they could be stronger as well. Now let's talk about the pellets mechanic, alright? So you can see right here they did mention for the skill 2 increases number of pellets by 5 for 10 seconds. Now what does this mean? Pellets by 5, they did mention the number of bullets that can be fired simultaneously. Even if the number of pellets increases, the total damage per shot remains the same. So every time you shoot a shotgun shell or shotgun bullet, you can see these dots, right? So these are the pellets, I believe, per bullet, right? So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's usually 7 to 8 based on my experience counting them. For example, this one 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's about maybe 7 to 9. Maybe the average is 8. The thing that confuses a lot of players is the total damage per shot remains the same. So what is the point? You can see a lot of comments here is like, what is the point of extra pellets if the total final damage stays the same? If it doesn't add any value, then what is the point of increasing pellets? So a lot of players are having the same thoughts, right? You need to better explain this whole pellets thing, because if the damage doesn't change, what is even the benefit of increasing pellet count? How does more pellets equal to same damage? Firing blank pellets? So yeah, my theory is probably something to do with increasing the range, alright? So pellets also helps with, is more in proportion with this particular skill, the maximum effective range. So that means you are able to fire more things or more enemies on the screen rather than having more damage in total. My initial theory was this is going to help you in PvP. For sure, it's going to be able to help you get the burst gauge faster. But if you think about it, it wouldn't make sense, because burst gauge only matters if you haven't activated full burst. Now this one only occurs when you activate full burst, when you enter full burst. So that's where it probably doesn't make sense. Pellets is something that we have to look into. We might have to test that on our own. But this is going to be a new mechanic exclusive to shotgun users. It might be something that doesn't matter at all. It might be something that, you know, will change the shotgun meta entirely. Alongside with that, they also released the patch notes. Nothing special going on, except for there's a co-op raids coming on January 12th. Union Raid on January 19th, and then there's be a Overclock Mood Beta Simulation Room that's gonna occur on January 16th. So that's gonna be the following week. We're gonna test those things out when it comes, but yeah. Leona, let me know what you guys think. Are you guys pulling for her? Are you guys skipping? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, with that being said, that's gonna be it for this video. Subscribe if you guys haven't already. Give this video a like, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.